Hey, guys, it's Amber,
And Kristen.
and welcome to Long Branch Talks. Today, we are going to be talking about conspiracy theories. This is like my favorite thing in the world to talk about.
I do like me a good conspiracy theory.
Yes, me too.
Make sure you let us know if you can hear us and whatnot. We finally got it to go live on our page, so we want to make sure everybody can hear us.
Yes, and see us, and everything's good on your all's end. So let us know as we jump into this. So, what do you have? Because I have quite a few stuff.
I do too. Where would you like to start?
So this one here, we'll start with this one because I think it's just the silliest and it made me giggle a while ago. That Dave and Buster are the same people as Barnes and Noble.
See if you can keep up with this one.
Yeah, because this one is, so they're saying that Dave and Buster is the same people as Barnes and Noble, and their names are Dave Barnes, Buster Noble. But it goes even more than that. And their middle names are Ben and Jerry. So it would be Buster Benjamin Barnes and David Jerome Noble.
And something about Mike and Ike getting there.
Oh, yeah. And their dad's was Mike and Ike. No, that one was just silly. I just like that one. I don't think I would actually deep dive into that kind of rabbit hole because that's just whatever.
There is a ton of silly ones, though.
Yeah.
That I enjoy. I know that, which we both had this one, that Avril Lavigne passed away and that she's cloned.
She's cloned, yeah.
Yeah, so somebody else plays her, apparently.
Yeah, and they said that this happened like way back when her career first started.
And then they talk about her voice change, and I was like, your voice should change as you grow and evolve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she was young when she started out.
Very young. She was in her teens.
Yeah. So they said that the reason why she was cloned is because she was so young. They just started out. So they just stuck somebody else in there to keep the name going, to keep her going, so they could keep making money off of her, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, if something happened to her or she went against the industry. We talked about that with Dustin, of course.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't go along with the industry, you don't get in. The Illuminati. Oh, yeah, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they run the Illuminati.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've heard that too.
And like there are so many funny ones, and then there's some that are like, we were just discussing, like, if it's a conspiracy theory and it comes true, then what is it?
Yeah.
Because did you have a vision, or did you just make an assumption that it was the truth, or how did you do that?
So one of the things that I seen on there when I was looking into these, which I've probably already gone through every conspiracy theory, most of them anyway. If they're interesting to me, then I will go down that rabbit hole. But that the earth is flat. So there's several flat earthers out there that claim that the earth is flat.
Speaking of, did you know that January 25th, the planets are supposed to align?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So what does that do?
I don't know.
Oh.
But scientists are pretty excited about it. So.
Oh, well.
And they always say when the planets align, like, it's supposed to be good luck.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like something that don't ever happen. And it's supposed to be visible to the naked eye at like 8:30 in the afternoon.
You can see them?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how flat earthers feel about that. So they're saying
that some of us not going to be able to see it?
That the earth is flat is because it's made up of so much percent water.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And which, I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. Like,
but then how do you explain the other planets? Because you can clearly see them. Even if you use a telescope, like, they're round.
Yeah.
And if the earth is flat,
are we just a disc floating around all these?
That's kind of what it feels
round.
Like where's our gravity? Where does our gravity start and end? And if we can dig to China, that would be a really quick dig.
Yeah. If it's flat, I feel like that would be, yeah.
Oh man. But there's some really good ones. You have the Titanic on here.
There is so many about the Titanic. I think one of them was that it was actually not the Titanic ship at all.
There was another ship that sank that was supposed to either be built by the same person or something.
So there was a fleet of ships.
And one of the same people was on both the Titanic and the other one that sunk. I can't remember what the other ship's name was. I dive into history a lot, so I get my names and dates screwed up, but I can tell you what happened.
So the one that I looked into with the Titanic was that, again, it was a fleet of ships. So there was 2 ships that were made identical.
One was smaller.
Just a little bit.
One had 3 bows while the Titanic had 4.
Yeah. So, and that's what they're saying, that they started having issues out of those. So they switched.
3 stacks. The Titanic had 4 stacks. Sorry.
And I had to get that right. They switched the ships right before they sailed out, or whatever ships do. They switched it right beforehand.
I could see that.
So it was technically this other ship.
The Olympic.
Yeah.
Is the other one that went down. I had to look that up because that was going to drive me nuts.
That's not the one that they were claiming was the Titanic.
It says the Titanic's insurance wasn't enough to cover the loss of the Olympic. The hull numbers and designs of the 2 ships are different. The Titanic's hull number was 401 is stamped on its propeller, which is visible in 3D digital scans of the wreckage. Other evidence, such as photos of parts recovered from the wreckage, support that the wreck is the Titanic. So I found something else. And you know how many people have passed away going to see the wreckage of the Titanic? What about that the submarine that just imploded?
Yeah. So they were saying, and I found this somewhere.
Sorry, we're probably going to squirrel off a lot on this one because it's so interesting to us too.
And the more that you dig into stuff, okay. So here's what they're saying with one of the things that I found with the Titanic. My favorite conspiracy theory about the Titanic is that when the command, the command hard a starboard was given, the helmsman who started his career in sailing ships turned right instead of left. And so they're saying that
I've heard that
they should know,
they should have the command, and they should have seen the iceberg.
Yeah. So if he had turned right like he was supposed to,
it would have never been there.
Missed the iceberg completely.
Well, and they say that J.P. Morgan planned it to kill his rivals.
Well, because he was supposed to be on that. The Titanic, wasn't he? He was one. Yeah,
he canceled his thing right before.
Yeah.
Which the Titanic, there's so many of them, but it says the conspiracy theory claims that some people or person or people found the Olympic too severely damaged to be profitable, and so at some point switched it with the Titanic to purposefully ditch the damaged ship, reap the insurance money, and it seems kill a bunch of people in the process. So that one's pretty interesting because it could go so many ways. Like you could either be trying to sink a ship, or you could be trying to get some money, or it could have just been a pure accident of stupidity, because back then there was not that much knowledge when it came to those ships. It was one of the biggest ones. But then, this one's funny. The tissue boxes make dust come out, so you'll sneeze more and use more tissues.
Buy more tissues, yeah. So they're saying that the people that make the tissues, they fix it to where when you pull one out, and I mean, I guess that's a thing, because it is kind of like dusty. I don't want to say dusty.
Well,
what is
to me, they have a weird texture.
Yeah, like when you pull it out, I mean, fuzz does kind of.
Yeah, I don't really care for the texture of those.
Well, somebody had said on here when I was looking
even
at
the soft ones, they do have kind of a dusty,
because they get they use toilet paper instead of the tissue.
I mean, I use whatever's available as long as it's I don't care if it's paper towel. If I gotta blow my nose, I'm blowing it. Or if I gotta sneeze and cover my face.
So I'm gonna jump back to the Titanic real quick.
Sorry, I was trying to get her off the Titanic, because if not, she's gonna stay in this hole the whole time.
I love this stuff, guys. I love it. So they said that because they had like dived down several times to try to find the Titanic or explore the Titanic or whatever. So one of the missions was actually a secret Navy operation to research the reactors, look for evidence of the Soviet sinking Cold War era nuclear subs that sank. And in that process, they were saying that they were researching or studying or looking for the Titanic, but that's what they were actually looking for. And in the process, they did find the Titanic during this.
Okay.
So that's why they switched it back to, oh, that's what we were actually looking for.
Or
like the Titanic.
Well, and like the movie, I think that one kind of misconstrues some stuff, so it makes people think one way and not the other.
Right.
So I think that does some stuff to that because sorry you all, we knew nothing was going to be perfect today, but I couldn't hear in my ears, so I took them out. But when they did the movie, they do this thing where Rose like tosses the blue heart or whatever, the blue diamond back into the ocean, or was it blue, purple?
Yeah,
I think it was blue.
Blue diamond.
And then they like do all these like fancy things around it, and I think that's where a lot of the conspiracy theories came from. Was from the movie
versus what's reality.
Yes, because I think some people they kind of swindle things together. Because I mean,
well, you know, and I mean, the movie's not going to be exactly how it was.
No,
I mean,
it's never going to be. I mean, there was only one person, two still alive when they made the movie. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't be that accurate with it. But that's like the what was we talking about last time? The Mandela effect. That's kind of like that because something's said so many times that it like brings that to like a reality.
Yeah. It makes it a memory that really wasn't a memory.
It makes you think that it wasn't what actually happened. So I wonder if that kind of has something to do with some of the conspiracy theories that do pop up, which it was hard to find.
Behind the Titanic, I would say.
Oh, for sure. And especially since we weren't there, so we can't, like some of the ones that have happened today, like in this time, it's easy to either dispute them or to look back on them. Like that Bigfoot is pixelated.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite ones.
Like,
I will say, I totally believe in Bigfoot. He's out there. I know he is.
You lived in the mountains.
I grew up in them. Live in the mountains. He does exist.
That's what's wrong with her. She was too high up in the air.
He was there.
Not enough air for the brain cells.
Exists. He's there. But they're saying that the reason they can't get a
you just go walk past that like I did. Just say that.
I can't hear you, so it don't matter.
I took my ears out.
I probably do the same.
No, I said that you were so high up in the mountains that you didn't have enough air for your brain cells.
No, but Bigfoot is real. He does exist.
I can see something like Bigfoot existing. Like I think the whole he's a man and he's hairy and he's big. I can't see that, but I can see something that could be in the woods that we couldn't find because there's what they've said we've only explored like 5% of the ocean.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no way we've like explored all of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too much. So I could see that.
But the thing that they're saying is that he's blurry, like
he's pixelated.
Yeah. And that's why they can't get a good picture. Now that to me is a little crazy. I don't think that the pictures that people come up with are necessarily real.
Mm-hmm.
But he's for real. He's for real. He is.
So Bigfoot's Amber says that's not a conspiracy.
And it's not. He's for real. And I'm waiting on them to confirm because I always believed in aliens and they're for real. That's not a conspiracy theory anymore. Aliens exist. Our government finally said so.
When?
They're here. They're here. They're here.
That's kind of like Area 51.
So that's what they said for like they hid Area 51 for the longest time or whatever.
Hey Danny, we don't have pictures.
Okay. There we are.
Oh, okay. I was like, sorry y'all, I'm talking to Danny in the background.
Remember, this is our first time recording in our studio, so
last week was the first time
that it didn't happen,
and it didn't.
Yeah.
So, no, I think which one were we on?
Aliens.
Like Area 51. I do believe that something happened. Crop circles didn't just happen.
So they're saying now, and this is,
but then I think farmers are assholes. They would pick on you.
Sources, because I want to be very careful of how I work this. Because we don't want to get political in anything. But news sources have reported that aliens are real. They're not from outer space, though. They are from the ocean. So outer space is our ocean. Instead of it being in space, it's the ocean.
I guess anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. And supposedly, now I have not seen this video.
They fly around
but
on a
I
saucer.
bet because I just seen it today being reported. So I will look into it and I will find this video. But they said that there's a video of communications from the aliens to our people, like a letter or something that was read out in Congress somewhere saying,
We're here.
hey, we're here.
Weird.
But they do exist. And I've known for a long time, just like Bigfoot. I'm just waiting on the unicorns. That's next.
She's obsessed with unicorns.
I love them.
By the way, somebody has a Christmas decoration that's a blow-up unicorn right down the road.
Oh, I bet it's so cute.
It is. It's very cute. What else? The Kardashian sisters keep their brother fat so they can use his fat to inject themselves.
Yeah, I've seen that. So they're saying that the Kardashians inject themselves to keep themselves youthful. I mean, that's one of the things that is a big conspiracy theory going around Hollywood with, I don't know what all the famous people inject themselves with to keep themselves young. But apparently this is what they're saying.
That's their secret.
Are doing is to keep themselves young.
Well, poor Rob.
I know, right?
Can you imagine?
No wonder that he don't come out in public.
Oh, geez. And then Danny just mentioned the drones.
Yes.
Which I was looking at something that said there probably is drones, and there is. Of course, there's drones. Those aren't like a conspiracy, but that if you're looking for something, everything in the sky is going to look like a drone. So an airplane, or I was like, I would be able to tell the difference because an airplane flies so high.
We just talked about this the other day.
Yeah, we talked about this. It was last night we talked about it. And I was like, I feel like I could see the difference and notice the difference between an airplane and a drone. Just because the difference in flight, like how high one is.
Now, for me, I mean, I know I've seen a drone flying. I mean, I'm sure.
They make a bzzz noise.
I think my kid had one, like, when he was little, like one of the
My
when
kids
they
have had
very
one.
first came out.
Justin put Braylon's in a tree the first time he flew it.
So, but these are supposed to be, like, high-tech.
Yeah, there is some really nice drones.
And so one of the things is like all over New Jersey, but I've seen on Facebook people are saying that they're here in Kentucky now.
They're everywhere.
They're Taylorsville, they're Bardstown, and they're what are they?
There is no telling. And they are there, but you got to think too. We're close to Christmas, so kids could be getting drones, and they're flying them because some people, they gift early.
I mean, their parents could be trying them out because I always tried out my kids' gifts before.
Well, and you better try it out because if not, you'll be flying your kid's drone into a tree on Christmas.
Like Justin did.
And the worst part was it wasn't even on our property. So it was like really far away. So we couldn't even like go get it. It was so high up in a tree. And I was like, well, there went a waste of money.
So you didn't even get it out?
It was stuck. It stayed there.
Oh, I was
first time I went in
that
there.
Damn tree.
There was no way. Have you seen the trees I live by?
Oh no,
and I don't do heights, so I guess I could have made Justin do it since he's the one that put it in a tree. But needless to say, we had a crying kid on Christmas, so I had to go replace a drone on Christmas.
What'd you do? Go out and say, "Well, there was your Christmas present. However, you can't have it now because it's in the tree."
He watched him fly into a tree.
Oh,
yeah, he watched it happen. So we couldn't even do anything about it at that point. Then let's see.
Oh, we've touched a little bit on the aliens. You skipped over that one. Are you not an alien believer? You squirreled on me with that one.
I was squirreling all over the paper. Do you not see where your check marks are?
I know, they're everywhere.
I had been looking at conspiracy theories last night, and it's hard to find some like landing on the moon was fake.
Yeah, I've seen that for a while now.
I feel like there's too much proof that that's not fake. I mean,
I don't know, because they're trying to, but they're also giving all this proof that it was. I'm torn on that. I'm really torn because here's the thing. If we land on the moon, why can't we go back?
We've been back.
A person has not.
A woman just landed on it the other day. She was the 100th woman to land on the moon.
The moon?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Humans have not been back to the moon.
Girl. You and I was looking at two totally different conspiracies.
I've watched the moon landing and Neil all for a while now.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen humans have not been back on the moon. We can send things.
A total of 12 astronauts have landed on the moon. This was accomplished with 2 pilot astronauts flying a lunar module on each of the 6 NASA missions. So why did I see there was 100? Maybe 100th woman out of space, maybe?
Maybe that. No, I think that's been a thing. They say that we've been in outer space.
We've been in outer space.
Yeah.
We have the space the Hubble space
unit craft
thingy.
Yeah.
I knew what it was called. Danny's over here laughing. The Hubble spacecraft.
I don't follow space
It's a Hubble
other than
spacecraft.
the fact that I can't. I'm not convinced 100% we were on the moon. So you think 100% we were on the moon?
No women have yet to be on the moon.
See?
So she must have been the 100th woman in outer space. So what is the video?
It was probably fake, like the moon landing.
Yeah, it says all 12 that have walked on the moon have been men.
Well, let me tell you my theory about that.
Well,
you want to hear it?
I don't know if I do or not.
Men could probably lie better. That's why.
Men do lie better.
See? You can't get a woman to lie, and she's not going to say that she landed on the moon when she knows she didn't.
Yeah.
I'm getting all kinds of faces from Danny now. Okay, we'll move on.
Sorry, we're both sitting here like, I swear it shows a video of her landing.
We will go down these rabbit holes. We were telling you all this. Trader Joe's. They pick buildings with very small parking spots to make themselves look more popular. Now, I don't think I've ever been to Trader Joe's. Have you? Because we don't have one around here, right?
I don't think I've ever been to one. No, not that I know of.
Trader Joe's around here. What's the one in E-Town? There's a grocery.
Sam's?
No, the health food place, healthier. Where you have to pay to get your cart. You have to pay like 50 cents to get a buggy.
Is it like a green sign?
I don't know. I've never been there either. I just know that there's a place.
What is
and I don't think it's Trader
that
Joe's.
they make their parking lots smaller so that they look busier.
Yeah, so they look more popular. So people will drive by and say, "Oh, that must be a really good place because it's packed." Which is oddly funny because that's how my dad used to pick restaurants. That's how he did pick restaurants that way. Like if we pulled into a restaurant to eat, if it was a new one we'd never ate at before, he would always say, "You can always tell how good a place is
by how packed it is."
Yeah, by how packed it is. So I bet you.
And let me tell you, I have found, like riding on motorcycles, we have found some pretty good hole in the walls that are not busy. And they're so good. Yeah.
But moms and pops are hard to come by anymore.
And like Dumas Walker, it's never open. Like I've yet to go there. And so when Justin and I got together, my last name was Walker. And he would like sing Dumas Walker. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our thing. It was to go to that restaurant. And every time we rode down there, it's been closed. Every time.
Honestly, I just recently found out that there was one. I just always thought it was a song.
That's a song too.
So.
Sorry, y'all. We're trying to read. We're both blind.
Very.
Your sister needs your shirt.
Oh, I like my shirt. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. That's what my shirt says.
Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. I love me some Christmas shirts.
Is what it, only a hippopotamus will do.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Squirrel.
Back to this. You actually just got a shirt that says squirrel.
I know. Danny and T got a shirt. They're so cute.
So here is one of my favorite ones, and I can talk about this subject forever and ever long because I have gone down every rabbit hole on this woman since I found out who she was. Marilyn Monroe.
And let me tell you, this is not a conspiracy, but girl was thick.
Mm-hmm.
She was so pretty and curvy and just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And so beat down in Hollywood because of her curves.
Yes.
Because she wasn't a stick. I hated that about
Well,
that.
back then, I don't think that back then she wasn't beat down. She was considered a
pinup. Jinx.
But in today's society, yes, she would be beat down.
No, if you look, she was ridiculed
so
a lot for her weight,
which is sad. And I think the whole story behind her is sad.
She was a sex symbol.
She was,
which was why a lot of women were jealous of her in Hollywood, which was why she had people badmouth her. It's kind of like just any other day in public.
Yeah.
So jealousy.
The conspiracy theory behind her is that the Kennedys had her killed
because she knew too much about JFK.
Yes. Well, so here's where I go, because I will 100% agree with that. I have friends out there that will say no, because they love the Kennedys. I was not alive around the Kennedys, so I don't know if I love them or not. Honestly, I wasn't alive around Marilyn Monroe, but I love her, so there's that. But so she did. Okay, wait. Let me back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. So way back when I first discovered Marilyn Monroe, and I don't know, this was several years ago. When Kindles first came out, Kindles, like the little books.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I had actually found a online version of her read diaries that I had downloaded on my Kindle and read it, and it was supposed to have been her complete diary of her life, like how.
Yes, Danny, he had an affair with her. That was part of the.
Yes,
it's kind of hard not to look at you and talk to you after you comment. Sorry.
And her brother did too. His brother did too.
He's trying so hard to be quiet when he laughs.
And his brother was the attorney general.
Yeah, there was a whole big thing around her, which she did do those things. Like, that was public, but like, I don't think that she was. I think she was used.
She definitely was used, but because I mean, she did die of an overdose. But they're saying that the Kennedys actually gave her either more pills or maybe gave her a shot, because she was also
she was an addict.
Yeah, she was an addict. But she knew. I felt like at that time she knew what she could take and know her limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was too, which
like a professional.
Well, like fentanyl and things like that, they weren't big back then.
No.
So she knew what she was taking. She probably went to the same people for what she was taking, and most likely it was prescribed, honestly, because back then that's when you could get whatever you wanted at the doctor, but I think that she knew things that got her killed.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because she was the one who went,
and it was never investigated.
Oh no, it was.
So I mean, yeah.
So she's the one that went to a lot of Kennedy's parties with him. It was not Jackie. It was Marilyn.
Yep.
And then
which by the way makes him such a shitty man.
It does. But Jackie stood by him like 100%. So she knew about Marilyn.
I was about to say she knew. I mean, that was her decision.
And I think it was maybe her second pregnancy, Jackie's second pregnancy, that he finally said, "Okay, I am stepping away from Marilyn. Like, I'm not doing this anymore." So Marilyn, in return, started sleeping with his brother.
Yep.
Who was the attorney general at the time, right?
She was getting herself into stuff.
She was. I mean, I do not disagree with that at all. She did a lot. But so here is the theory behind her death. Is they're saying that she herself got pregnant.
I heard she was pregnant when she got killed.
Well, by one of the Kennedys, and they were unsure of which one she was sleeping with both brothers. But that the Kennedy's mother, because they said that she was the one who, like, I guess made the decisions, ruled the roost or whatever,
Yeah.
She's the one who had her killed to keep, because Marilyn had several miscarriages.
Yep.
And that was, according to her read diaries that I read, which, by the way, you cannot find the version that I had anymore. And it was actually removed from my Kindle.
So you'll like this conspiracy about her. She was murdered by space aliens. A 2017 documentary claimed Monroe was murdered because she threatened to reveal classified information about space aliens.
Oh, well, now there you go.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
They all come back together.
Aliens were alive then.
But then she was murdered.
Muggles.
She was murdered by a disgruntled housekeeper, the CIA, her psychiatrist. And then, and the coroner ruled Monroe's death a probable suicide, not a definite.
Not a definite.
So maybe she did, maybe she didn't.
Well, wait a minute, because I didn't know that they were ruling it as a suicide anyway. I thought it was an accidental overdose.
Yeah, but if you look back into some of the stuff that was going on back then, an accidental overdose, sometimes back then they would have put a suicide. Yeah. Because you don't accidentally do that. Now they know a lot more about addiction and stuff, so that just changed that train. So that's probably why that's like that, would be my guess. Just because the stigma on addiction and how it's changed.
Now, here's one of the things, because, we both said that, or you said that she was pregnant when she was killed. Mm-hmm. So what I had read was that Kennedy's mother had actually sent her to Mexico to have an abortion. And that messed with her so bad, that's why she doubled down on
her medicine.
Well,
drugs. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever she was taking at the time. But then again, you can't convince me. I think the Kennedys killed her. Or had her killed.
Well, and you don't mess around with two very important people. Mm-mm. And then all of a sudden turn up dead for no reason.
Yeah. Well, and not only them. I mean, she was in with the what were they called? The like the mafia. Mm-hmm. The mafia back then.
Yeah.
Rat something.
Yeah,
I can't. They were called. But it was the mafia, basically.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called.
So she was in with them because Frank Sinatra was actually part of them.
Yeah.
And she was really good friends with him. Yeah, the Rat Pack. That's it. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Danny chimed in. Finally, we needed that one. Rat Pack. Poor Amber needed that one.
Yes.
She needed a bone. Thanks for throwing it to her.
Rat something.
Then it says, what were Marilyn's last words? And it said, Lawford says that in a slurred speech, Monroe told him she was tired and would not be coming to dinner. Then as her voice became less audible, she told him, say goodbye to Pat, say goodbye to Jack, President Kennedy, and say goodbye to yourself because you're a nice guy.
So that was who? That was who was she talking to?
She was on the phone with, it says Lawford. Wasn't she dating or seeing? There was several men she was involved with, but it was a man that she was involved with. I just can't remember what his name was.
Well, so that was what supposedly these red diaries that I had. Now, there is a red diary version out there, but it's not the one that I had.
I don't think I know anything about that at all.
It's supposed to be because supposedly her therapist told her one of the best outlets for her was to keep a diary. Because she couldn't technically talk. She didn't have friends.
He was a friend to her. It was Peter Lawford. It says he met Marilyn in his agent's office in 1951, and he dated both her and her best girlfriend, Jeanne Carmen. Initially, Peter was attracted to Marilyn because at the time she had a wholesome, down-to-earth athletic side, which he found very appealing in women. Mm-hmm. So that's
so her friend was. It's kind of like her assistant, her personal assistant.
But if you're such a friend to her, why didn't you tell people? Like,
oh, you couldn't trust. I mean, even then,
no, but like
if she was into.
But if you're on the phone with somebody and they do that, okay, if I can't trust to call somebody, I'm hauling butt over there. You know, like I'm gonna try to save you.
Well, not if you don't trust that person or even like that person.
She was on the phone with him.
Probably had like. Oh, you're saying he was on the phone with her?
Yeah, he was on the phone with her.
Oh, and she was saying.
And she started slurring her speech and telling everybody goodbye, which is what he said. And that's another thing, like it's his word.
Yeah.
So who knows? There is no telling.
Because he's probably not alive now either, is he? Most of these, I know.
I doubt it. That was 1951.
They were able to release the red diaries is because everybody that they talked about had already passed. So that's why they could release the red diaries. There's so much with her. I could talk forever and ever and ever just about her because there is so much. They have a train.
There's a train.
Choo choo.
So Long Branch is located next to the train museum. So every now and then you may hear
a train
whistle
come through.
But remind me when we're done, I'll tell you something funny about that. And then there's one about makeup and how makeup actually ruins your skin so that you'll use more makeup.
Yes.
So I can believe that, like, because there's so many different.
We'll pause a minute and let the train go through. I don't know if it can be heard horribly bad on your end,
but it's real loud here.
But it is really loud here.
Now my butt's shaking. We can feel the train going by.
I say the whole office. It's the building. We're not an office.
No. The studio. But I can believe that because that is one thing I splurge on is makeup. Like, I love my makeup. But if I buy certain brands, my skin will break out and be oily and just nasty, and I have to like deep clean my face, and so I can believe that.
So do you think
I think it's certain brands. I don't think it's all of makeup.
Yeah, but that wouldn't go back to, because they're saying all makeup was designed to ruin your skin, so you would buy more to cover up. But if it's just certain brands,
you just have to find the brand that works with your face. Because we all have bacteria on our face. So that's what I think. I think that's why you find what works for your face. I honestly can believe this in certain aspects. Now,
this would be a kicker. And this is not one. This is where my mind goes when we talk about conspiracy theories, okay? So the whole conspiracy theory is makeup was designed to ruin your face, so you would buy more makeup to cover it up, okay? So you're saying that certain brands actually do that to your face. So what if the higher end brands actually own
the lower brands,
and they demolish the lower brands, so you would buy the high end?
Or because there's some low end that'll work really well. Maybe they own two different things. Maybe one owns a makeup company and one owns a skincare line, and they, to make money, bounce off of each other.
Yeah. Now that I could probably believe.
That would be interesting.
I bet that's true.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like with conspiracy theories, it's all what do you take out of it? Because, like I said, some conspiracy theories, they have come true. When I say some, I mean a lot. Because here lately, it seems like a lot have come true. But
the aliens. I can't believe you have not heard the aliens.
Y'all have to get the train schedule from the museum.
From the museum. We never.
It'll
I
probably
never know. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say it'll probably be every time we're on here. So your sister said okie dokie.
Oh, choo choo.
Oh, choo choo.
Look, that's right.
We're really trying to read on promise. Amy said,
"Oh,
Danny just blew it up on us."
A regular basis since high school. Really have skin problems. Makeup. So she's gone back to the makeup. Oh, but Danny, that is way better. We can see that way better.
The comments, I'll blow it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you never really did wear makeup anyway. I mean, you wasn't really a makeup. My mommy didn't ever hardly wear makeup. Face powder. She put a little face powder on. So I don't know.
I'm big on skin prep, which my face breaks out right now really bad, but I think it just depends on your routine. Like,
see, I feel
if you
like
clog your pores or your skin type.
No, I think it's
look
more
at all
of
the
your
men.
genes.
I was ready to say, look at all the men that have acne. Like,
I think it's more of your genes because wrinkles. I think it's just if you got good genes.
And I don't have good genes. That's why we call it Botox. Danny's really laughing now.
Okay.
Just
but
saying.
We do love makeup, so
yeah,
don't chastise us for that.
Definitely. Which I think one of the other ones that I was looking at, I had told you about, was Mount Rushmore having all these secrets hidden behind it. Like there's a secret vault behind Mount Rushmore.
Oh, and why haven't they done anything else like Mount
Why haven't
Rushmore?
they finished it?
Yeah.
It's still not finished.
No.
I don't know. Which is pretty interesting. But they have a movie out. There's a movie where Mount Rushmore has a secret vault behind it. So is that where the conspiracy comes from?
Well, there is another movie out, before, where the ships were wrecking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch it, but I've seen previews for it.
Yeah.
But then ships started like busting into bridges and coming up on shore.
Well, and now look at what happened. We've had 2 ships hit ports.
That's what I'm saying. But there's a movie before talking about,
And it, like we were talking about how
I
the
think
Simpsons,
the Obamas made the movie.
The Simpsons predict things that are happening.
Yes, the Simpsons predict the things.
Is it the
that
Simpsons or
happen.
Family Guy?
Well, so recently I found one that said that the Family Guy had said something, but everything else says it comes from the Simpsons.
I'm pretty sure it's the Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Don't worry, she tried saying breed a while ago, and I thought she said breathe.
Yeah, I couldn't.
D and not TH. Because the Loch Ness monster. We probably should have done this prior to us trying to talk. Because today we clearly can't talk.
Oh well, it works.
But the Loch Ness monster was another one you had mentioned.
So here we did the Loch Ness monster.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did you talk about it breeding?
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Did I talk about it breeding on here?
Oh, Danny brought up the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, now that's
a good one.
Gone into. Do you know about the Bermuda Triangle?
I mean, how many people believe in I do. Only because there has been so many ships disappear in that. And planes.
The only thing that I have seen is that because they're saying that like there's parts of Antarctica that you cannot go to, like it's forbidden for you to go there, and they're saying that is where all this top secret stuff is. Why don't we hear about the triangle anymore? Does no one disappear there anymore? You really don't hear anything about it.
I heard something last year about it, but it wasn't very much talked about. And I think I accidentally ran into it.
So I've seen
in a rabbit hole.
They have, they're saying that it's not real, that it's made up, the Bermuda Triangle.
There are 5 airways that crisscross the triangle, and it's also known as the Devil's Triangle.
So they said that they don't want you to go into Antarctica, and that's why they made up the Bermuda Triangle.
So I think in the Bermuda Triangle where the North Sea meets, because have you seen the line where the 2 oceans meet? Where one's like dirtier looking and one's like bluer looking.
Yeah, but they're saying that that's not real either. That's not real.
Oh, that's definitely real because I've seen it in video. It is so neat because one is more dense with salt, so they can't mix. But the North Sea is like super, super rough. And I'm pretty sure the Bermuda Triangle is in the North Sea.
Bermuda Triangle?
I'm pretty sure. Let me look. Which is funny because we went to the Bahamas and we were right in the Bermuda Triangle. Did you know that the Bermuda Triangle is right by Florida?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
so. Maybe the North Sea isn't like that.
I picture like out, and this is what I picture in my mind. The Bermuda Triangle is out and way, way out in the middle of the ocean, like where nobody goes unless you're in a plane.
Yeah.
It is like a big swirly.
It's in the North Atlantic. So I think the North Atlantic is considered the
Bermuda Triangle.
Well, it says from Florida to Bermuda and Puerto Rico in the North Atlantic Ocean is the triangle. I always thought the triangle was like way further east.
I don't know. Like I said, I just pictured it as like this big swirly, like tornado in the ocean. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like a funnel.
Yeah. So is that what it is? Is that what it's supposed to be?
No, it's just supposed to be a part of the ocean.
And you just disappear.
I guess. You go poof.
I'm gonna dig into that one. We're gonna.
I know. I was like,
So if we did not talk about the Loch Ness monster, because we could have passed that one.
I don't remember, but I do know that we didn't talk about it breeding because that was interesting to me.
So the people are saying that the Loch Ness monster is actually real. And that Nessi, because that's what they call her, Nessi goes out, I don't know, once, twice a year, wherever Nessi goes and breeds. What she breeds, they didn't say. But she breeds, and then her babies come back.
That was my question. What does she breed with?
So then the babies come back with her, and she lives wherever the Loch Ness monster lives. Several have said that it is a dinosaur ghost.
But I told you I could see that. just because of what it looks like. Amy said the Bible even talks about
where the oceans
where
meet.
the oceans meet. And it's really neat because I've seen videos of it. That's why I said I know it's true, because it's like people that have gone through it, and it literally is because one is
So is
way more
that
dense.
where love the knowledge along with the comedy you guys have? Thanks, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to say that though.
I know, right? Save that comment before it disappears.
So what we were talking about, the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes.
So where the dirty and the clear is that
Mhm.
where the triangle is at? So is that where you disappear?
I'm trying to figure out where the North Sea is, because
in the north.
Danny just said in the north.
In the Atlantic Ocean. You just said that.
Well, no, I'm saying like what's its actual location? In the north.
So you want the
no.
specs of it? Like, what are you?
I was just trying to figure out where it's located, like if it's where the Bermuda Triangle is, but I don't think it is, because I always like the Black Sea and stuff. Like all of that's out east, like another continent. That's what I always thought Bermuda Triangle was over there.
The Earth being flat, because if you look at the ocean, it don't round off; it stays straight.
You can
Right?
Not really. If you look out on it,
it rounds off to you.
Yeah, I mean, where does it go? If it was flat, we'd be able to see.
Straight.
We would be able to see out further.
You can't go. You can't see straight.
But I'm saying, like, if you got binoculars or a telescope or anything and tried looking out straight to look at like ships or anything on the ocean, that you wouldn't be able to see them.
See so
yeah. So I mean, it rounds. It has to. If a telescope can see to space, it can see far enough to see if the Earth rounds.
So you're saying the water just falls off like a?
No, it's gravity.
Like a waterfall. Like at the end of the oceans, every ocean has a waterfall.
I'm telling you, the mountain jaw. She was too high up in the air.
It's Bigfoot.
No. I was trying. I'm like literally into this now. I have got to find the North Sea. And why I can't find it, but all it talks about is shipwrecks and stuff. Because look up, like you can even do TikTok on it, the North Sea. And you can see, like, it is
those
so
are scary.
rough.
No, those are scary.
Yeah, it does that weird music behind
Yeah.
it. Yo ho. Yeah. That's the North Sea.
It's very scary. It's very rough.
So that's why I thought maybe that would be why, like, there's so many disappearing ships and stuff there, but that don't explain the airplanes, except for the pilot maybe couldn't fly. I don't know.
Maybe it sucks them down into it. Oh, you said it's not a twirly twirl, like a tornado. That's what I see. That's what I picture.
I think there is some of those, though. That is not, like, those do exist.
In the Bermuda Triangle?
I don't know. In the water?
Bermuda Triangle's in the water.
I'm sure there is some.
So you know what else is in the water? The Loch Ness Monster. Let's go back to it. I think it's round, but if you look at a flight, travel patterns and stuff, it's interesting and questionable. See, that's what they talk about. They talk about
I am not married to a flat earther.
Apparently you are.
Don't make me hurt you.
Apparently you are.
Apparently.
But that's true. Like if you look at the flight pattern,
flight
pattern.
We can't talk today. This is rough.
Then it does. I mean, they don't circle down and around. Cape Horn, Drake Passage, Gulf of Alaska, straight.
It's a comment from Amy, by the way.
According to Google. Oh, that's the.
Where the
your sea.
Yeah, I knew the Drake Passage was there, because if you look into the Drake Passage, it's crazy too.
I've never
like some of the stuff they say. Yeah. My gosh, I thought you were a history person.
I love history. I love rabbit holes, but only if it interests me.
Well, the Drake Passage would interest you.
You know what interests me? What's underneath the ocean, not where it goes. Like not what ocean is what ocean. It's all water. It's all ocean. But what's underneath it, like what's in it, is very interesting.
I don't know if what you said just made sense.
Of course it made lots of sense. What do you mean?
In your head, I don't have a clue what you just said.
Because
like that we haven't explored the whole ocean.
Yeah, because what's in it is very interesting. But there's oceans. I mean, there's an ocean's an ocean. It's all water. What's in it is what's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Loch Ness monster. We're going back to Nessie.
But have you seen some of the like fish and stuff they found like super deep in the ocean that like
That's what I'm
glow in their
saying.
eyes? And
Twirly
Amy said
twirl,
twirly
there you
twirl.
go.
There you
Oh
go.
yeah, the twirly twirls in the ocean. Tornadoes.
Oh, this has been rough.
Anyhow, yes. Also, like all of the big sharks and stuff. Like some of the big, like the big great white. What is he called?
The shark?
No, yeah, the shark, the big great white whale, but he's called something else. Not great white whale, great white shark.
The blue? It's a shark?
Mm-hmm. He's supposed. Oh God, the Jaws movies are made after him.
Jaws?
That's the great white.
Yeah, the great white's
But
all
he's
they call
called
him.
something else. He's called an
Asshole. He kills everybody.
Well,
Oh, and it says the Drake Passage is so infamously rough from the fact that currents at this latitude meet no resistance from the landmass anywhere on the planet. And it's the collision of cold water from the south and warm seawater from the north creates powerful eddies in the Drake Passage, which combines with harsh winds. So the Drake Passage is where I was talking about, but it's in the North Sea.
oh well, maybe it's not the great white shark that I'm thinking of.
Look, she's
The
on sharks,
biggest.
and I'm on the
Sperm whale is the largest.
yeah, sperm whale, not a
Oh.
blue whale.
Can we go back to Nessie now because he just said this, and I have a conspiracy theory on this.
Go for it.
So they said that the Loch Ness monster was a whale penis. That's why they see it sometimes and you don't, because that's what it is. Among other things. I mean, they said it was the dinosaur ghost. They said that, she is real, she breeds, whatever, and brings her babies back. Whale penis is also one of them. I'm going back to find
That's
the
okay.
shark.
It's bigger than me.
5 foot long. See? So, I mean, how big is Nessie?
I think she's a lot bigger than that.
You think so?
Y'all, I don't know, but
We've gone through.
oh, and sperm whales are 48 foot long. Nifty.
Megalodon.
A megalodon shark.
Yeah, that's the
That's
shark
the
that I was
type
talking
of
about.
shark.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a great white.
You said the name. I was like, what?
I thought it was a great white,
Makes
but
sense.
it's not. It's a megalodon, and they are real.
Well, yeah.
But they said for the longest time, right, that they were not real.
Mm-mm.
That the Jaws movie was just made up. It wasn't based off of like a real shark, but
No,
it was. It's a real shark.
I'm pretty sure they've known for a long time that those have existed. The megalodon, not.
Yeah.
The megalodon is supposed to be a conspiracy but they say they
But
found
it's
their
real.
teeth in the ocean.
So the megalodon actually grew to be between 15 and 18 meters in length, 3 times longer than the largest recorded great white shark. So it's saying that it can be compared in length to today's biggest whale shark.
And the largest whale shark ever reliably measured was 62 feet long, which is bigger than a school bus.
That's crazy.
And some say that they can grow over 20 meters long, and don't expect me to change that to feet for you. No idea. This is so interesting, which is why we keep looking at our phones, because her and I will get to talking about something, and then the other one check it, and then my mind went down the North Sea hole. And that's why this is so interesting to us, and that's why we wanted to talk about it, because there is so many out there.
There is so many. Like, I would love to.
Oh,
What about
Justin, the moon landing?
We
You haven't been watching the whole time.
Yeah, see?
The moon landing has already been spoken about.
late. We talked about the moon
Speaking
landing.
of, though, you didn't think anybody had been there. I thought 100 women had been there, and there's only been 12 men that have been there. So, I mean, you'll have to look at the video. There is a woman that says she was the 100th woman to land on the moon, and it shows her landing on something in a pod.
See, I don't think that anybody landed on the moon. I think that.
I wonder if it's how many people have actually stepped foot on the moon, or if it's shuttles.
Shuttles or
aliens.
satellites.
Or aliens.
Well, aliens are from the ocean. They're not from the sky.
I don't know about that. But a saucer would go better in the ocean.
It would. It makes more sense.
Except for our Earth is flat. So if UFOs are flat,
then they blend with the ocean bottom floor.
Oh, dear sweet God.
Okay, so here's another one. We'll move on.
Okie dokie.
Women's clothes lack pockets so that the bags and the purse industry make money.
I
Like
missed that memo because I don't carry a purse. If it don't fit my pockets, it don't go.
So they're saying that that's why women's pockets, because this one here said that she just recently bought baby clothes, and her son's baby clothes has pockets in it, but her pants do not. I mean, my pants have pockets. Now, some of them are fake. There are fake pockets.
Oh, yeah, we have more fakes than real. And then if you look at a man's pockets compared to a woman's, but we also wear our jeans a lot tighter.
But the pockets are very, very little,
Can you imagine if we had big pockets, though, with tight jeans?
Or like
it would look pretty tacky.
Yours, too, because their pockets are probably deeper.
Mm-hmm.
But like you got holes in your jeans, so your pockets can't really go that deep.
Speaking of, I need to buy some jeans that don't have holes. It's kind of cold.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see that because I always I clip my keys on my pants. I put my phone in my back pocket and whatever else in my front pockets, and then
I used to carry a big, huge purse always.
And everywhere. Then my Miss Mouse Couture has its own carrier that stays on me. So.
Yeah, see, I always had it. And now my purse is little. It's small. It's just like
you do have a small purse.
Crossbody.
Justin said,
my pockets too. I guess half your stuff go into his pockets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't fit it, he carries it. So
here is this. They said that this is a true conspiracy theory, that it has been proven. Stevia, the fake sugar.
Oh yeah, the STVI.
Yeah, am I saying that right? Stevia.
I don't know, but I just know how to spell it.
Anyway, they're saying the sugar lobbyists managed to get stevia outlawed decades ago in the United States with a false negative press. Those laws were eventually trashed, and the claims were proven to be bullshit. But now it's legal. Now stevia is legal.
Didn't it have? They said it had
harmful.
Like
it was more harmful than
it had rat poisoning or something in it.
Stevia?
Yeah, it didn't really. It was said that it did. What is it that they would use to poison people back then?
Not arson. That's fire, right?
Arson is a fire.
Arsenic.
Is
that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, I think. Either way, that it had something like that in it.
Anyway, so that was proven true. That was a theory that they claimed back then, where people were saying that it was a conspiracy theory, that turns out that it was actually true. So the big sugar companies did say that stevia had all this bad stuff in it. Turns out that they do not. So it is legal again to have stevia. However, the big sugar companies, or I shouldn't say the big sugar companies, the rumors that were placed on them before did hurt their sales, and so people still today think anthrax. No, that's on something else.
They put that in the mill. But it's a powder, so it probably was anthrax because we were
on your hands.
We were thinking of arsenic and stuff, so it probably was anthrax. But either way, it was something like that. And then, so we were talking about what a conspiracy theory is called if it's proven true.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird. Theories involving multiple conspirators that are proven to be correct, such as the Watergate scandal, are usually referred to as investigative journalism or historical and
Try again, Spanky.
Spanky. Investigative journalism or historical analysis rather than conspiracy theory.
So they change it from conspiracy theory to
investigative journalism.
Yeah.
And or historical analysis. They do that so people like me can't say it.
So then you just give up.
I just think it's called the truth. That's funny. Oh man. This is neat. Conspiracy theories that were proven true.
Like the stevia. The stevia was.
Why don't you look and see what it was that was in the stevia?
It doesn't say in here. It just says, now this is one of the theories that they're saying happened with that is that, let's see, got negative press. The stevia plant is 1,000 times sweeter than sugar with 0 calories and doesn't rot your teeth. and that also lowers your blood pressure. But now they are saying the sugar companies were saying that it was all false and it had all this bad stuff in it. It could replace sugar in all soft drinks and make people healthier. But the sugar companies still had a hold on the market and they could pay off politicians. Theory is that the U.S. government confused stevia with sativia, which is a cannabis.
So they were saying because I got high.
Yeah. Which I mean, I guess could go in with the snack companies too. I don't know.
It's kind of like Coke used to have real Coke in it.
Like real Coke. I meant like cocaine.
That's what I'm talking about. Powder.
Yeah.
Which now my nose itches. That's not a good look. I swear I'm not on nothing. No, but that's what they used to put stuff like that in everything.
Yeah, to make you addicted to it.
And people did get addicted to it. I mean, I like Coke, the drink. I know. That sounded bad.
All right, guys.
Can you imagine me back then, though, if it had that in it?
My sister used to drink Coke all the time. I think maybe she still does every once in a while.
Anthrax is found naturally in the soil around the world.
But that is what is was killing people, like, right? In the middle.
It says with aggressive treatment, about 55% of patients can survive. So it's pretty deadly. Interesting.
So, point proven, there is all kinds of conspiracy theories out there.
And that we can't speak.
Yeah. We get tongue twisted with them all. But we have had fun today. I've really enjoyed this episode because I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And there is a lot more that you can dig down into to find. I do suggest you go down those rabbit holes yourself. Don't just go off of what we're saying because who the hell knows what we're talking about half the time.
We don't even know.
Yeah. But we will go down the rabbit hole and tell you what we find, which is what we have found here with all of this fun stuff.
Yeah, and go down the rabbit hole. Jump in. And don't do it late at night because if you're like me, you won't go to bed until 6 or 7 in the morning because you can't stop.
Take you down another rabbit hole.
And then another one. I always said, like, if I'm on Facebook looking into something, somebody says something about somebody, and I go to look at that person's page, I'll end up on their daddy's, grandpa's, uncle's, aunt's, sister's page, just trying to figure out what's like. Not that I give a crap what this person's doing, but for whatever reason,
it just your mind.
I'm in the hole.
That's what I do. Especially some of these ones, like with the TikTok stuff, flat earth. Like I went down that hole.
Jump back out of that one.
Anywho, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Thank you all so much. We
hope
appreciate
you all
it.
like the new studio setup. We will do a live probably later on and give you a tour. It's small. I mean, it's not going to be a very long live by no means.
But it's ours.
But it's ours. We appreciate you all tuning in. And if, like always, if there's anything you want us to go down that rabbit hole and find out, let us know, and we will dig deep into it.
Yep. We'll see what we can find out about what you want to find out about.
Yep.
And trust me, we can find out.
And until then, we'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Oh,
no.
We are
still going. We're still going.
Yeah, we're still going.
We don't know why.
We're going to find...
Danny's just saying, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And we have no idea.
We will keep going. Well, maybe we will keep going. Let's see. Sorry, guys. We were trying to cut it out. Danny wasn't ready for us to cut out.
Well, and the bad thing is there's so many conspiracy theories around our government, too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so interesting, but it's kind of like we are never going to get political.
So
however,
we won't go those.
There is so many that are, wow. There are so many that are just like very interesting. So when you do jump in those holes, jump feet first because you are going to find a ton of stuff.
Oh, and go open-minded. I mean, don't be like these people. This is what kills me is they read the first sentence of something and that's the gospel. That's how it is. You know, go in open-minded.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to believe everything that you read, obviously, but I mean, dig enough to find out the truth of whatever it is that you're wanting to find out about.
And if you see something that you think we could change or whatever about our podcast and the studio, we would love your opinion.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. But I was going to say that a while ago. I guess that's why it just came back to my head. I don't know. It's been a long day already.
It's 2:00.
I said already.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Drink responsible, tip recklessly. That's what we always
Please.
say all the time. Make sure you tip your servers out there. We appreciate y'all listening in. And again, like Kristen said, if there's anything that we need to work on, let us know. We're all ears.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks, guys.